It's time for the Santiago run in season 13. JD Venter on pole from David Camino and Daf Sanchez. Then it's UK Ball and B Dragon Sonic. Then it's Pastor Maldonado in 6th with Akari in 7th. Then it's Daniel Bogdasarov and Salas Kynes in 9th. Arnett Babness is 10th and Okyui 11th and Marcus Nelson is 12th. Ravo 13th, Mahavir Raghunathan 14th, Jacket Tigranes 15th with MF One World in 16th. Then it's Leo, Bob, Teodor Schumacher, Miorez, Yuki Suo, and Sebastian Ocampo. We're in Santiago for the first time in a long while. It's season 13, second round as all 5 laps go on. And we go green in Santiago. What a start from David Camino off the line. And he looks to already be drawn alongside JD Venter, and we've only made it 200 meters past the start-finish line. JD Venter to the lead of the Santiago E-Prix with his team at UK Ball on the inside of JD Venter. Not quite close enough to make the pass yet. George level with the Volkswagen car who started on pole, and by the time we reach turn number 3, he's still in second. We can see now Pastor Maldonado getting himself up into 5th place, passing B Dragon Sonic, the reigning drivers champion. He's having a better start to the season than he did last season, but it's still not as amazing as he would have wanted. Daniel Bogdasarov for the 5-second time penalty coming through that chicane for colliding, and he now overtakes Pastor Maldonado there. B Dragon Sonic takes his 4th position away from Akari in the number 10. We go on board with the Pinnacle Formula E driver, and he's trying to get a bit of a slipstream on the hyperdrive car ahead of him. Looking further down the order, Miorez has dropped down to last place. He's sadly with Sebastian Ocampo fighting him over that position, and there goes Ocampo up into 19th, getting past Teodor Schumacher. Leo's dropped down to 20th place. And Okyui, only hard tire runner at the start, currently down in 16th place. It's not as bad as you would have thought at the start of this race. Is Sebastian Ocampo though up into 16th? Great start for that Andretti driver, but out in front, Camino leads the way by 1.2 seconds from JD Venter and UK Ball. Then it's B Dragon Sonic, Akari, Daf Sanchez, and Daniel Bogdasarov. Sanchez trying to get past his countryman ahead of him. Sanchez originally drafted for the seat alongside Akari at Pinnacle, but went ahead to take the Rodent seat instead when he was offered a better salary. So we go on board with the black Rodent car in the number 72, trying to close in on the Pinnacle car ahead of him. Pinnacle Formula E. Well, so far, it looks like they can have one car in the top 10 pretty well, and the other one, well, they just have to fight their way up, considering how qualifying works. Ravo, teammate of B Dragon Sonic, currently down in 12th, with Babness and Ocampo right behind him. This man started last on lap 1, is currently on the back of P12, sees the inside line, doesn't even need to go deep, but still will, almost forcing Bravo into the wall, and that is 12th place for Sebastian Ocampo. So now he has to go off the Mahavir Raghunathan. On board with B Dragon Sonic we go. He's gaining on UK Ball ahead of him, as David Camino says fastest lap of the E-Prix. B Dragon Sonic, and now Akari resets that. The hyperdrive driver, if he wasn't a hyperdrive, he'd be a brawn. He sends it down the inside and takes the podium position away from UK Ball. But coming at the DRS detection point, B Dragon Sonic re-overtaking UK Ball with DRS, and I think UK Ball might be swamped by Akari, who looks to take 3rd as well. On lap 3, Akari up into 3rd place. What a move with DRS, taking 2 positions going down into turn number 3. They're still side by side, in fact, coming through the chicane. And B Dragon Sonic with a 5-second time penalty. That's the first time we've seen that, as Bob with a 5. Bob is out of the race. That is the Renault Edam's car behind in his teammate. And we missed that crash. Camino slowing coming out the castle section due to that virtual safety car. So now JD Venter closer to the back of the Brawn car than he has been all race long. B-Dragon Sonic, he's probably going to rue that 5-second time penalty by the time this race is over. VSC ending now. We go back racing in Chile. And we go on board with Akari. He's 2 seconds off the back of JD Venter. And I'm not too sure how much closer he can get, considering how JD Venter with DRS coming down the main straight. No, the top two both pit. Does Akari follow them in? Yes, he does. B-Dragon Sonic also in. UK Ball stays out because Brawn does not want to risk the double stack. Let's see B-Dragon Sonic's pit stop here. They have to wait for drivers to come by. But does he manage to undercut Akari? I don't think he will. Yeah, that's Akari right ahead. So no undercuts for B-Dragon Sonic. I think Sanchez. No. Never mind. This is basically the running order for the top four as it was prior. But now they're just behind Mealres. Sebastian Ocampo, by the way, guys, he's found his way up into second on lap 4 from 22nd at the starting grid to second now. And that is Leo trying to pass another driver. B-Dragon Sonic trying to maybe close the gap to JD Venter. He's 4 seconds off. I believe he got past Akari. Daniel Baldassaro lurking right behind them. As we come through the castle section now with Sebastian Ocampo in the number 76 car. You can see Salas Kynes right behind him. There are very few veteran drivers in this championship now. A lot of these drivers have only 2, 3 years of experience. You either have over 10 seasons of experience, like B-Dragon Sonic, or you have less than that. For example, Leo, who joined literally only last season for Pinnacle FE. He's trying to close in on MF1 World. I expect him to pin it. Meanwhile, we go on board with the tyre whisperer Revo. His tyres are screaming 19%, and he does box on this lap. Now let's see. Oh, he hits the wall! He hits the wall! He manages to keep his car running, thankfully. But he does not manage to come out ahead of Salas Kynes. So here is your revised running order, with Anor Curie likely coming into the pits either at the end of this lap or in 2 lap time. And within that time span is Marcus Nelson fighting with Pastor Maldonado. Meanwhile, up ahead, B-Dragon Sonic re-overtakes Akari. I've got like rubber in my throat. I've been playing with cars too much. But yeah, that is B-Dragon Sonic now setting a new fastest first sector. He'd love to take away that fastest lap from the Pinnacle car behind him, because that at least guarantees him a point. You know, he won't know how many points he gets until the checkered flag flies because of that 5-second time penalty of his. So rising up the hill now with that black Red Bull. It's odd that it's called Red Bull. You know them for their blue liveries and the car's black. Bit odd. But that's the 29 of Anor Curie. He's being chased by the 44 of B-Dragon Sonic. He's gaining ever so much closer as Sebastian Ocampo sets a new fastest second sector down to 11th. B-Dragon Sonic draws alongside. I think, yeah, Anor Curie does pit on this lap. So B-Dragon Sonic with the benefit of DRS, and it is the new fastest lap of the E-Prix at 119.683 for the Hyperdrive car. Sebastian Ocampo resets the fastest third sector, and you can see why he's getting an immense draft here. 4-way fight over 7th place, including 2 drivers champions. There goes one of them. That's Marcus Nelson in the 13. And Dav Sanchez both getting past this man UK Ball, who's gaining on the Lamborghini Mako car ahead of him, gets past the Lamborghini Mako car ahead of him, and now Marcus Nelson gets shuffled down into 9th place. That is Sebastian Ocampo there, in 9th place now, getting past Marcus Nelson. Look at how close together these drivers are. If only it was like this up front. And there goes UK Ball on Dav Sanchez. as we come up to the castle section. They go side by side through the castle section. And Sanchez makes the position his. The sky's darkening. I think it might rain. There's a possibility of rain here in Chile. As we see U-Cable gaining still on Sanchez. He's not letting this one up. He retakes that 7th position. And I think drivers might be coming into the pits. We go on board with David Cameron, the number 88 car. He pit either way on the stuff. He stays out, in fact. But into the pits comes JD Venter. B-Dragon Sonic stays out. So there is a chance that JD Venter might have just lost an opportunity of winning this race if it does begin to rain. Daniel Bogdasarov gaining on Akari. Daniel Bogdasarov into 3rd place for DS Andretti in the number 97 car. The Frenchman takes his ticket up into the podium places. MF1 was resetting the fastest lap of the E-Prix at 129.066. And I think I saw a raindrop. There. As we now go on board with the car, we were on board with Baltasarov's teammate Ocampo. And I think we might see rain. It's heavily overcast as out of the race has gone Theodor Schumacher. There is the Skoda car. We were on board with his teammate there to see the car right beside. And it is heavily overcast here. Terrible for the Skoda team to have that happen to them. With 5 laps to go. David Camino leading the way with B-Dragon Sonic in 2nd. It is so overcast. I am 89% sure it's going to rain. But we go on board with the 10 as the 89 is in 6th place currently. Moltasarov, he's actually gaining quite a bit on B-Dragon Sonic. Not as much as Sebastian Ocampo has. He's made a real lunge for 4th position here. He sends it on Akari, and he does take that position from him as into the pits has come the top of few drivers for a tyre change on the new slicks. So heavily overcast that I would have taken the risk. I would have stayed out just like U-Cable is doing right now. It might rain is all I'm saying. It could rain. There is a heavy possibility. But Sebastian Ocampo leading the way on lap 8 of 12 here in Chile. The Santiago E-Prix will end in 4 laps time. And in those 4 laps, I hope you subscribe for more Formula E Monopoly Championship. And Enoch Huey with the 5-second time penalty. Look at that! It's a real gaggle of cars again. With David Camino rearing the field. And there goes Enoch Huey on Jaco Tigranes. And on the wall, that is Leo out of the race. We're going to go on board with Pastor Maldonado. There is the pinnacle at B car. And I think Ocampo's going to love what he's just going to hear through the radio. He's probably thinking of coming into the pits at the end of this lap. He's probably thinking that he can pull off an undercut. And you want to know something? He's probably right. Virtual safety car ending. So no, he will not be able to make it to the pits in time to actually have a shorter pit stop. We go on board with U-Cable, the man behind Ocampo currently. The only man, it seems, who could beat Ocampo, and I think, yeah, the top 2 probably going to come into the pits at the end of this lap. They do come into the pits at the end of this lap. There are no red lights on the back of that Andretti, so it does seem to still be dry. We'll stay on board with the Braun car as he comes into the pits. Braun with the 2nd furthest pit lane, and it is soft tyres for U-Cable. Still slick. Akari's doing a new fastest 3rd sector. Pastor Maldonado, by the way, he's managed to weasel his way up into 3rd place. Daniel Baltasaro, I think he's just come out of the pits. No, he hasn't, but he's ahead of B-Dragon Sonic now. He's overtaken the hyperdrive car. And that's Akari. How has he done that? That's more than a lunge up into 3rd place. That's an absolute bullet fire up into 3rd place. How has he managed that? As he sets a new fastest 1st sector, and someone's gone into the wall in the 2nd. I think that could be... I can't tell who that is. I think it is Pastor Maldonado. Maldonado went into the wall. We missed him going into the wall. As he comes to the castle section now. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost the back of the car. And he's still managing to keep that Jaguar going. MF1 World. And that is why we still have yellow flags. Racky Nathan is in the wall. He's caused carnage. It's Ragunathan. What is the Red Bull doing? Rainbow in the wall as well. Many drivers involved behind this man, MF1 World. There are still yellow flags being flied out there for this incident. It's all clear now, but my oh my, what on earth has gone on there? B-Dragon Sonic now on the back of Maldonado. That's an easy path, and Maldonado does have to pit anyway. That DRS that the hyperdrive car's going to get, it's really going to aid in trying to defend that position, but Sebastian Ocampo's not going to have that done. He gets past Daf Sanchez, and I think he might be able to get past the hyperdrive car as well for 4th place. It would be 4th place either way with 2 laps to go. Innocuous setting at New Foster's 3rd sector of anybody. And there goes Sebastian Ocampo from 22nd to 4th. What a comeback drive from the Andretti car. Got on board with Daf Sanchez, and these soft tyres, we've already established they do not go as far as we would want them to, so hopefully Tyre Wolf can bring in a sturdier construction for next time out. We go on board with UK World, and his teammate is leading the way 1.3 seconds ahead of Akari. But we're not looking at David Camino now, we are looking at Daf Sanchez as the man ahead of UK World, and he's looking to try and get past B-Dragon Sonic as well. He's gaining on the hyperdrive car ahead of him, but he's just not close enough to make the pass. UK World, he's dropped off from the Rodin Motorsport car. I think it might be getting a little bit brighter. We hope it's getting a little bit brighter. Camino's in. The car is in. Bogdasarov also in. Does Ocampo come in? No, he stays out. So these will be the tyres that Ocampo will likely finish the race on. And he sets a new fastest lap of the E-Prix, a 128.7. As many of the leading drivers have just come into the pits at the end of that lap. This is really going to come down to tyre strategy. Will staying out longer benefit those who did, or will it harm them? Because here's Marcus Nelson. He's got way less fresh tyres compared to the UK ball. He really should have come into the pits there. His teammate Jaco Tigranes, however, first driver. No, neither Lamborghini Mako car came into the pits. What is happening with Lamborghini here? You can see Marcus Nelson really struggling with tyre warm-up. As you can see, Rainbow getting overtaken by his teammate. Likely team orders there to just not fight him too hard. Sanchez now the next man that B-Dragon Sonic has to overtake. It's the penultimate lap here in Chile as Sebastian Ocampo. This is only his 2nd start for DS Andretti. Only his 2nd start. He's leading by 5 seconds. 5 seconds ahead of UK Ball. Marcus Nelson 3 seconds down on the Brawn ahead. And does Ocampo come in? No, he will stay out. We've got a VSC because Ironhead Babness has retired. That was Ironhead Babness' car. What happened there for that to happen? Because now the Volkswagen driver is out of the race. I'm looking through all the drivers and I do not see anyone he collided with. I think he just went way too long on his tyres. Marcus Nelson might fall foul to that as well. It's the final lap here in Santiago, Chile. Ocampo leads. UK Ball 2nd. Marcus Nelson 3rd. Look at Marcus! He's sliding on his tyres. He's got no grip in those soft tyres left whatsoever. JD Betts is going to be gaining on him. The entire pack is closing in on Marcus Nelson. His 3rd place is insecure. So he comes through turn 3. Into turn 4 he goes. We're going to stay looking at Marcus Nelson in the number 13 because his This podium does not seem secure at all. JD Venter is gaining, and he doesn't even need to make the pass because Marcus Nelson is out of the Santiago E-Prix. And that is not the way Lamborghini Mako wanted to have the number 13 go out. Daniel Baltasarov with another 5-second time penalty. That is with colliding with the back of this man, Carlos Sainz. But this man, Sebastian Ocampo, well, he's going to have a lot to tell his family. It's only his second race in the Formula E Monoposto Championship. His first day race. And he's going to come through the final 3 turns. And the number 76 car will win a race. Sebastian Ocampo wins the Santiago E-Prix. And what a win it is. From last to first. And it's another VSC as Rabo has just gone out. And that's behind Milres. U-Cable comes home with a very nice second place. JD Venter third. David Camino will be fourth. A 2-4 finish for Braun GP. Probably could have been more. Akari fifth. Kine sixth. Baltasar, Yui, and MF1 World all with time penalties. So we won't know where they finish until it all gets clocked. Bracken Nathan's way down on the field. Where is he? There he is. It looked like it was going to rain. It did not quite rain. And here's your podium man. For the first time in his career, Sebastian Ocampo can say that he is a race winner in the Formula E Monoposto Championship. U-Cable is second, with JD Venter in third place. Then it's David Camino, Akari, Carlos Sainz, Jaco Tigranes, Enoch Huey, Daf Sanchez, and Pastor Maldonado rounding out the point scorers. Outside of the points is Yuki Suo, MF1 World, Daniel Baltasarov, B-Dragon Sonic, Milres, and Mahavir Raghunathan. Your non-finishers were Ravo, Marcus Nelson, Ionet Babnitz, Leo, Theodor Schumacher, and Bob. In the driver's standings, David Camino leads the way on 38 points from Sebastian Ocampo on 32 and U-Cable on 26. Then it's Enoch Huey, JD Venter, B-Dragon Sonic, Ravo, and Yuki Suo. Then it's Akari, Solovs Kynes, Jaco Tigranes, Pastor Maldonado, Daf Sanchez, Theodor Schumacher, and Leo being drivers with points. Your non-scorers so far are Daniel Baltasarov, Milres, Bob, Marcus Nelson, Mahavir Raghunathan, MF1 World, and Ionet Babnitz. In the constructors' standings, going into the next round in Monaco, Braun GP lead the way on 64 points from DS Andretti and Hyperdrive Racing. Then it's Red Bull Formula E, Volkswagen, and Jaguar. Third in 7th with Pinnacle FE 8th, Lamborghini Mako 9th, Skoda 10th, and Renault Edams 11th. Still yet to score. That was quite the race in Santiago. We'll see you guys next time then, when the Formula E Monoposto Championship returns for the Monte Carlo E-Prix.